You know, guys, I've come to the realization that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is going to suck, and as a veteran player, I've seen it all, and I've seen this same song and dance year after year with Call of Duty, and I have a few supporting points here that I want to go over, explaining why I think that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is going to suck. But before I get into that, I just want to explain a few things here, mainly addressing my lack of posting that has been happening here on the channel. I've been on vacation for the past 2 weeks, and this allowed me to just step away from content creation, step away from my real life job, and honestly just decompress. And it's quite great because I don't have to sit here and work a job or listen to YouTube comments, try to read or decipher the bullshit that the Call of Duty fanboys always give me and bring me down to a room temperature IQ. Secondly, before I draw out my points here for you guys as to why this game is going to suck, I have to reiterate something for the people in the back. This is just my opinion, and I'm not a fortune teller. Nothing is set in stone, and I could be proven wrong. I doubt it, but it's possible. Anyways, so the first point I want to share here and kind of go over is probably news that you guys have already heard from various different content creators here on YouTube, but I felt like I should probably share it just in case maybe some people didn't hear about it. And that's the fact that both Xbox and PSN servers went down over the last few days, with Xbox being out for more than like 6 hours according to this picture. And really, I'm not sure if this was an entire outage when it came to just Xbox servers like signing into Live itself, or if it was Call of Duty that they couldn't access, but I do know that Charlie Intel was reporting that both PlayStation and Xbox were having issues connecting to Call of Duty specifically. So this is great. This is a great start for Microsoft owning Call of Duty. Both of the platforms that are the biggest had issues with people connecting to it for over 8 hours or 6 hours or something along those lines. And some people might look at this and be like, well, it's not that big of a deal. If you can't handle not playing video games for 8 hours, you need to get a life, you're a virgin, yada yada. They're probably going to tell me that I need to get a life and all I do is play fucking video games. I don't even play Call of Duty like that anymore. If I'm lucky, I'll play 1 hour of Call of Duty. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe a month. I'll get my gameplay session for the gameplays you guys are seeing in the background, and then I toot it and boot it and I'm the fuck out of there. And quite frankly, this last entire week when this news was breaking, I was on a beach in Nova Scotia sipping a motherfucking margarita, so I wasn't really too concerned about this. But the fact that this is even happening in 2024 with two mega corporations that are valued at billions of dollars is just unacceptable, and most of the Call of Duty community will just sweep this under the rug and they're not going to give a shit about it because they love eating the shit sandwich. It's their favorite thing to do. They don't even put anything on it. It's just 2 pieces of bread and a big ass fucking turd in the middle. They slap that bitch together and they eat it. They swallow it down. They say, thank you, Activision. I want some more. But what if I told you it got a little bit worse? Because the second point here is the fact that Microsoft is laying off employees. As you can see here in this Charlie Intel tweet, Microsoft reportedly had another round of layoffs this week. Another round because there was already some layoffs that happened earlier, with employees across all divisions, including Xbox, posting on social media about it. It's not clear how many people were impacted, so this is kind of a vague statement. We're not really sure how many people got laid off. We're not really sure if it's the Call of Duty division that got laid off, if there's anybody maybe, you know, a Windows division. I don't know if this was even the Xbox Games division. I have no idea. But the fact of the matter is they're laying off more people when they've acquired a behemoth like Activision, thus should be bringing in more money for them, but I don't really know what these mega corporations really do. But the main point I want to drive home here, and this is why I'm such a person that sits there and talks against or speaks out against fucking pre-ordering games, because you give them money and then they end up doing shit like this. Like, let me run a scenario by you guys, right? Let's say Black Ops 6 comes out, and from a design perspective, it's fantastic. You have classic prestige, everything we've been asking. The game is really good, but it's full of fucking bugs, right? Let's just say that is what happens. And they don't have a QA team because the QA team got laid off at Microsoft, right? Everybody will be sitting here complaining, bitching about the fact that there's not enough people working on the game and that it's broken 24/7. If a game like fucking X-Defiant can sit there and have a small dev team that gets shit addressed within a fucking day, there's no excuse for Call of Duty to be having bugs for months and months. And this is just going to get worse if they keep laying off employees. Now you may be asking yourself, well, how does this mean that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is going to suck? Well, I'll say one thing to you guys, and that's the fact that big companies like Microsoft, Activision, Sony, etc., they're out for one thing, and that's to maximize profit and limit spending. So all the stupid idiots that decided to pre-order the shit have now made Activision and Microsoft a shitload of money before the product has even released. And in turn, how does Microsoft thank us, the players who gave them money before they released their game? They laid off a shitload of employees, right? So we take away from the development of the game, you take away from the post-launch support of the game by laying off these employees because you've already maximized your fucking profits, and you don't think Microsoft and Activision knows that 90% of the Call of Duty community are a bunch of window-licking idiots that are going to continue to pre-order the shit and buy the game anyways? They already have your money. Ha ha, they're laughing at you. And I think this is the biggest reason why Black Ops 6 is going to suck. There's not going to be enough support post-launch for this game because we see this trend with Microsoft laying off more and more people. Now, the only saving grace about this entire news is the fact that we're not sure if anyone at Activision or the Call of Duty division has been laid off. It just kind of gives a blanket term of Microsoft. And as we all know, Microsoft owns Activision, so I think it's fair to assume that it's possible that some people in the Call of Duty division got laid off. Let's just hope for the best and hope that people in the Call of Duty division did not get laid off. If they did, this game is in for a extremely rough ride. Mark my words. I think the second point as to why the game is going to absolutely blow chunks is the fact that this community is fucking stupid. Now, we all know this. I made an entire video on this about how dumb the Call of Duty community is. They get fed the shit sandwich every year, they keep buying, yada yada, etc, etc. But the main issue when it comes to the Call of Duty community isn't even the fact that they're dumb and they just keep buying the game and expecting a different result every year. That's not even the main issue. The main issue is the closed-mindedness of the Call of Duty community, because let's not pretend here, guys, Black Ops 6, even if it doesn't have SBMM, no game is perfect. So Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is not going to be a perfect game. There is going to be things that people are going to be complaining about. Now, I don't know exactly what those things are because the game hasn't released yet, but there is going to be things that people are not going to like about the game. People are going to go on Reddit, YouTube, etc. and explain why they don't like those things, and there's going to be people calling out for certain changes in the game. Well, I can guarantee that if there's some cheesy shit in the game that people don't like and people complain about it, the Call of Duty community is going to run to the aid of Activision. They're going to say, leave the billion-dollar company alone, and they're going to sweep your concerns under the fucking rug. 90% of the Call of Duty community is like that. There are people in this community that do have a brain, and even if they don't agree with you, can actually, formulate an argument and not just sit there and sling shit at a wall. But the vast majority of the Call of Duty community is going to be sweeping our concerns under the rug. They're going to run to the aid of Activision, and they're going to go out and buy next year's Call of Duty and next year's Call of Duty and next year's Call of Duty. They're probably going to pre-order the most expensive edition and then tell me in my comment section, I pre-ordered the Vault Edition, like I give a flying fuck. So in closing, if you look at the fact that Microsoft is laying off a bunch of employees, thus bringing down their manpower in the game, probably giving those jobs to AI, by the way, and the fact that the Call of Duty community is so damn close-minded that we probably won't be getting any meaningful changes in this game, this is just a recipe for disaster for Black Ops 6, and in my opinion is the main two reasons why Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will suck. Either way, let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, turn that notification bell on so you never miss when I upload a video, and I catch everybody in the next one. Peace.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could